everybody, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys could give me a like and hit the subscribe button. Welcome to, I want to call this part 2. I just did a video on the rich session that we are in and people kind of slowing down on buying and purchasing of luxury items. So we already discussed that the luxury market is still going to increase over the next probably 5 years. The other interesting factor which luxury houses are now doing, which is mostly driven by our millennials and our Gen Z population, we're going to see a huge increase in, well, we already have, in the resale market of handbags. And a lot of that is driven right now due to the high prices that have risen in the price increases in Chanel and Louis Vuitton. Everyone has sort of taken a big price hike. And I think people are to the point where they're like, you know, maybe I could really validate this purchase before, but now I really can't because it's just a little too high. And I think the majority of people out there feel that the prices are just a little insane right now. And we're not going to see price drops. And, you know, we're just not. So the resale market has grown substantially. I had to make notes because there was so much to talk about. So Kering, who owns Balenciaga, Alexander McQueen, and Gucci, a couple of years ago, is it? No, 2021, 2 years ago, they invested $206 million in the Vestiaire Collective, which has grown over the past 3 years immensely. So with COVID, I think we all saw a huge influx of people purchasing and shopping online. We had to, right? So people were, you know, you can't just really jump on Chanel and buy a bag. You can't do that. Louis Vuitton, you kind of can, but you know, there's only so much online. Hermes, yeah, forget it. So people were flocking to the resale markets. And of course, during COVID, a lot of people were struggling financially. So everyone was looking for alternatives, and the resale market was it. So they invested this money, and part of it is because they, well, they're visionaries. They see where the market is going. So they basically said, you know what? It's kind of a, if you can't beat them, join them. So it's smart because they want to be able to have more control over their products. They'll also be able to have more control over pricing. Also, being able to authenticate the items, which we all know that the super fakes are out there. So yeah, they want to take back. I think all the luxury houses as a whole want to take back control of their brand. But you know what? I think the price structure too. They want to make sure that they're being able to control that, to not have it take a dive. Because once you start in any market, if you have too much of lower price end, it tends to, of course, drive prices down. They don't want that to happen. Also, they know that, you know, they're going to be supported by the generation now that wants more sustainability. We all do. I mean, we all know that, you know, when they're manufacturing fashion of any kind, 70% of all the pollution that it's creating is caused during the making of the product. So there you go. So they actually, I think, is great. I know that Chloe has also, they have their own resale site as well. So a lot of brands, and if you've noticed, well, at least I noticed even early on, Coach and even Kate Spade. Kate Spade has on their website like pre-loved handbags. So you're going to start seeing more and more of these luxury houses wanting to make money on the resale market as well, which is, it's smart business thinking. You got to give them that. The luxury houses are no different than any other company. They're there to make money, okay? They're not here to make you happy or to give you a good price on a bag of good quality. They're there to make money. So what they want to do is they basically want to make money on the succession of all of the owners. The person that buys the bag brand spanking new out of the boutique, to the next person that purchases it pre-loved, to the next person that purchases it. So it's a whole, it's becoming, this is really becoming a huge trend right now. And it has been. And also because we are looking at the pre-owned market differently. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if you were to say you bought something used, because that was the term, if you bought used jewelry, if you bought a used handbag, used clothing, it was like, ew, you bought, ew. And why would you, it's probably not even good if you bought it pre-loved, you know. It's, some people have that, they just have that thought process of, you know, even wealthy people back then were like, you know, ooh, you bought that used? Gross. But the mindset's changing now. And again, mostly because of our millennials and our Gen Zs. You know, we're all worried about, you know, the greenhouse effect and sustainability and what things are doing to the planet. So now that this has become it's become trendy to buy used, and it went from used to pre-owned. Now we call it pre-loved, which sounds much better, right? It's like it was pre-loved. So this has become huge. So the luxury houses, of course, they're going to want to jump on this bandwagon, which again, I think is smart. But two of the biggest price increasers in the luxury market still don't want to participate. And can you guess who that is? Louis Vuitton and Chanel. They do not want to play with everybody else. They want to be able to basically rely on selling their new items in the boutique. Now they've said that they don't want to do this because they don't want to control what someone does after they buy a bag. They want them to have the freedom to sell it when and how and for how much they want. I'm not sure I totally believe that. I don't. I think Chanel mostly, I love Chanel. Chanel's got a fantastic history. I love the whole brand and how it started. It's really interesting. And Chanel truly is the epitome of just class and elegance as far as the luxury goes. I get it. Is it extremely overpriced now? Yeah, it is. But I think they're not wanting to join the pre-loved market because they don't want to be seen as that luxury brand that does resale. And they also don't want to see a spike in the preload, because then they're not selling brand new. Okay. So I think, LVMH they are the biggest, as we all know, the biggest luxury house on the planet. They have 75 brands between, jewelry, cognac, wine, champagne, all of that, fashion, everything. They're almost getting too big for their own good, if you ask me. I don't know. So for them not participating in this, I think is kind of, kind of sad in a way. But I also think you're going to see a rise in, as I'm going to also talk about in another video, the super fakes. So they are so good now that you literally, same material, same everything. It almost makes you think like, wait a second, why am I spending $3,000 on a canvas bag when they're making the same canvas bag for $200 or less? Why am I doing that? Why? So I think you're going to see still a rise in sales for, the replica, the counterfeit, the fake bags. Replica sounds so much better than counterfeit, doesn't it? It's kind of like pre-loved. So I think between the pre-loved market, resale market, and, unfortunately, the fakes, I think you're going to see a big increase in those, at least for the next probably year, until things kind of like bounce back and come around again. I think that's where we're going to be. So just know that I don't think luxury is over, especially even on YouTube, and I don't think it should be, because there's still going to be a huge demand for pre-loved, and people are still they're going to want to know reviews on bags, right? I do. So luxury as a whole, it's not going anywhere. This is, a kind of big freak out phase, but relax, take a deep breath. It's all gonna, pass, and things are gonna change over the next year or two. So anyway, I think that's all I wanted to cover in this one. Sorry guys, I know. I hope you stayed till the end, or no, because my attention span is not that long either. So I hope that helped explain a little bit about the resale market, and I think you're going to see a lot more luxury houses following suit, other than just carrying and other brands. I think they're going to jump on that and start delving into that again to make money. It's not about being really, I guess it is about sustainability, or so that's the spin, but they are making money on it. So I think we're going to see a big rise in that, what we already have. And again, I think the sector for the resale market in the next 3 to 5 years is expected to grow $60 billion with a B, $60 billion. It's going to increase. That's huge. So just a thought. I hope this informed you guys and gave you a little bit of education. Either that or I put you to sleep. I don't know. Either one. So anyway, until next time, guys, I will talk to you later. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.